Many of us over 60 have heard that cod is a go-to lean protein for keeping muscles strong. In fact, nutrition experts note that fish like cod are a high-quality protein source rich in omega-3s and vitamins, including vitamin D nutrients, linked to muscle mass and function. It seems like a perfect food for seniors. But here's the soft shock if you eat cod, just so some of those benefits can slip away. A common habit or cooking trick might quietly undercut the muscle support you're counting on. We're not talking about something scary, just subtle mistakes that many make. If you eat cod this way, you'll miss out on the very benefits you expected. Do you savor a cod dinner thinking it'll help your strength? Do you often grill or bake cod, believing it's automatically great for your health? Maybe you sprinkle only a pinch of salt order cod at restaurants, or pour yourself that usual glass of wine with fish. These are all familiar scenes for many 60-plus viewers. You've done your best, and it feels healthy. But what if one small detail is off? By the end of this video, you'll know the 10 common mistakes people over 60 make with cod. I promise to reveal each one. One of them surprises almost everyone. I guarantee you'll see yourself in these scenarios and learn practical fixes. We'll explain the science in easy terms, I swear, and give you safe, simple corrections. Stick around. One of the mistakes really is a head-scratcher. By the end, you'll say, "Ah, so that's what I've been doing wrong," and know exactly what to do instead. Ready, let's dive in. Maybe you've done this. You pick up cod at the grocery and feel proud you're choosing healthy protein. You might think this will keep my muscles strong as I age. And you're not alone. Do you often say, fish is healthy, so eating cod is automatically good for muscle? Or I always pair my cod with vegetables, so I must be doing fine. Do you cook it gently, or maybe fry it for flavor? Perhaps you enjoy a crisp crust or a squeeze of lemon. Do you stick to just cod and avoid any rich sauces? These habits seem right. Now ask yourself, have you noticed your muscles getting weaker over time, despite eating cod? Do you ever skip the grill out if it's too much work? Maybe you only take small bites because you're not hungry. Many of you say, I just thought I was doing the right thing for my health. I hear you. If any of this sounds like you, and especially if you're over 60, you're in the right place. We've all believed certain cod cooking tips are healthy. I've seen viewers nodding along thinking, that's me. Here's the deal. I'm going to count down the top 10 mistakes people over 60 make when eating cod. Each mistake seems harmless at first, but each one chips away at cod's muscle-supporting power. I'll explain why people think each mistake is healthy, what they don't realize, and the science behind it in everyday language. Then I'll give you a simple fix. And don't worry, every fix is friendly and doable, not scary or expensive. By the time we hit Mistake Cycle 1, you'll have all the facts you need to enjoy cod safely and effectively. Let's get started with Mistake Cycle 10 and work our way up to the most important one. Mistake Cycle 10. Overcooking your cod. You might habitually cook cod until it flakes apart in big dry chunks. Many do this thinking better safe than sorry, ensuring any germs are gone. Sure, fully cooking feels safe and sounds healthy. No raw fish worries. But cod is a very delicate fish. Overcooking causes it to lose moisture and protein content. In fact, scientists warn that cod is very sensitive to overcooking. It loses weight, becomes dry, and unappealing. When you cook cod too long or at too high heat, the muscle fibers squeeze out their water and nutrients. The flesh tightens and becomes dry and tasteless with a fibrous texture. Imagine a sponge that's been baked until it's rock hard. That's cod when overdone. Not only does it lose water, it often loses some of its nutrient juices. Vitamins can leach into the pan or evaporate. For our bodies, a dry, tough cod piece is harder to chew and digest. You might end up eating smaller bites or adding tons of salt to make it palatable. In either case, you're not getting the full protein or minerals you expected. For a 60-plus person, that means less actual muscle-building fuel per meal. What to do instead? Cook gently. Think of cod like a delicate soufflé rather than a steak. The FDA actually advises cooking fish to only 145 degrees internal, just enough to turn opaque, not to scorch it. Use a thermometer or watch the cooking time, about 10-15 minutes per inch of thickness at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Poaching, steaming, or baking at moderate heat with a splash of broth or a light seasoning will keep the cod flaky and moist. Adding a little salt before cooking can even help the cod hold water. The result: tender, juicy cod that's easy to eat and still packed with protein. A true muscle helper, not hindered by dryness. Mistake 9. Frying in heavy oils or batters. Maybe you love crispy fish, so you coat cod in batter or dunk it in a deep fryer. Or you fry it in a heavy drizzle of butter or coconut oil. It tastes great, but this habit may surprise you. It's not as healthy as it sounds. Frying adds a ton of extra fat and calories, turning that lean cod into something more like a burger. Even worse, high-heat frying can create harmful compounds from burnt fats. Nutritionally, cod is naturally very low fat, making it heart-friendly. But once you fry it, you wipe out that benefit. Experts actually say that the best way to eat cod is to bake, steam, or grill it. Adding that frying is a less healthful way. Why? Because heavy oils, especially reused cooking oils, spike saturated and trans fat intake. Think of fat as thick grease in your engine. A little bit, like olive oil, lubricates things, but a lot burnt oil clogs it. For older bodies, this extra saturated fat can raise inflammation and blood fat levels, making it harder to exercise and harder to recover muscle. It's like putting sludge in the bloodstream. Your heart and blood vessels work overtime, and your muscles get less fresh oxygen and nutrients. Instead, try a light hand. Pan-sear cod with just a teaspoon of olive oil rich in healthy monounsaturated fat or butter, just to crisp the outside. Or bake it on a rack or grill with a little brush of oil. You'll still get a bit of crunch without drowning the fish. Even an air fryer can do wonders with minimal oil. The goal is the protein from the cod to do the work, not the batter. Think of it like this: you want cod's clean protein, not cod swimming in calories. Keep the oil minimal and flavors bright garlic herbs, lemon zest, so your muscles get the good stuff, not extra sludge. Mistake number 8. Eating undercooked or raw cod. Some people enjoy fish raw, sushi, ceviche, etc. Maybe you let lemon or lime cook your cod in a marinade, or you flip it quickly so the center stays pink. It might sound healthy or trendy, but here's the catch: cod can carry parasites like anisakis if not properly killed. The CDC warns that anyone who eats undercooked or raw fish is at risk of anisakiasis, a parasite infection. Yes, even cod. Under normal market handling, cod is often frozen to kill worms, but once it's thawed, you have to cook it fully to be safe. The FDA actually says to cook fish to 145 degrees Fahrenheit for parasite safety. In plain terms, undercooked cod can harbor worms or bacteria. If you eat it raw or barely cooked, those bugs can latch onto your gut and make you sick with nausea, vomiting, or even allergic reactions. This isn't just upsetting your stomach. It can really hurt, especially for an older person. You'll lose your appetite. Maybe end up hospitalized, and obviously your muscles won't get fed when you're sick. To keep cod muscle-friendly, make sure it's fully cooked. You should see it turn opaque and flake easily. If you like raw-style fish, use only cod that's been frozen at very low temperatures, like sushi grade, to kill parasites. Better yet, stick to cooking it through. A simple trick: break off a piece and see if it's hot all the way through and flaky. If you ever feel a tickle or see a tiny worm, yes, some people literally cough it up, don't panic, but do cook the next piece thoroughly. Remember, fully cooked cod still supports muscle. For example, a study gave older adults cod twice a week for 10 weeks and saw increases in muscle mass and strength. So cook it, eat it, and your muscles will be thankful. Mistake. We're 7. Eating too small, a portion, not enough protein. Here's a subtle one. You might think I only need a little cod because it's protein-packed. But if you give your body too small a dose of protein, your muscles won't get their full boost. Many older adults assume a small fillet or a couple of fish cakes is enough. Problem is, as we age, our muscles become pickier about protein. We need more per meal to trigger growth. Research says older folks often need up to 1.0–1.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, not just the old 0.8 guideline. Better yet, each meal should have roughly 25 to 30 grams of protein. In one study, older men didn't hit their muscle-building peak until about 0.4 g/kcal per meal, about 27 grams for a 150 LOB person. A 3-ounce 85 g cod fillet gives you only 20 degrees protein. That's under the 25–30 grains anabolic threshold needed by many seniors. In other words, if you eat a tiny portion, it's like throwing a few bricks at a sturdy wall. They just don't move it much. Your body might use up that protein just for normal repairs and still not fully build muscle. Meanwhile, if you think I had cod today, I'm done, you might be missing the mark. Fix up your portions or add complementary protein. Aim for at least 100–150 grams, 4 to 6 oz of cooked cod per meal, which gets you near 30 grains of protein. You can also combine cod with another protein source, an egg at breakfast, a handful of nuts, a spoon of yogurt or cottage cheese, or even a scoop of protein powder in a morning smoothie. Spread protein throughout the day, not just at dinner. A good analogy: think of protein like plant food. A small spray may wet the soil, but a steady feed makes the flowers grow. Give your muscles a full serving, not just a sprinkle, and they'll respond. A well-portioned cod fillet or a cod dinner with added beans, cheese, or nuts will actually support your muscles rather than stop short of the goal. Mistake. Number 6. Relying on processed cod products. Fish sticks, fish cakes, even those frozen breaded cod fillets. So convenient, but watch out. These are usually touted as cod, but often contain lots of fillers. Read the label. Many have breadcrumbs, starches, salt, and preservatives. They might seem like an easy, healthy fix, but they come with hidden baggage. Medical experts point out that these ready-made fish products are generally less healthful compared to fresh cod. Why is this a mistake? First, the protein per piece might be much lower than fresh cod. Sometimes only 30–50% of the weight is actually fish. The rest is cheap carbs or fat. Second, the added salt and oils can spike your sodium and calories without you realizing. For muscle support, your body doesn't distinguish that it's cod if it's buried in breading. Imagine buying a lean steak and then eating it as a breaded nugget. You'd end up with the same mashed potatoes, starch, and fat. So processed cod often means extra carbs and fat, which is the opposite of the lean meal you thought you were getting. It's like expecting a pure protein shake and getting a milkshake instead. Your muscles end up getting diluted nutrition, and those salts can bloat you or raise blood pressure. The easy fix: cook your own cod fillets from scratch when possible. A plain piece of cod, pan-seared or baked, has virtually no filler. If you crave a fish stick, try making a DIY version. Dip fresh cod in egg and then a coating of panko or crushed whole grain cereal, then bake. Use spices and herbs for flavor instead of loading salt. Or if you buy frozen cod, avoid the breaded kind. Just get bare fillets. That way, 100% of what you eat is the muscle-building protein you want. Not 50% fish and 50% mystery. Your body and your muscles will thank you. Mistake number 5. Eating too much salt with cod unsoaked. Salted cod, like bacalhau or lutefisk, is popular in many cuisines. It tastes great and is a tradition, but it comes with a lot of salt. In fact, salted cod can have more than 10 times the sodium of fresh cod. If you simply rinse it off and cook, you might still be eating an entire day's worth of salt in one meal. High sodium is a hidden enemy. It can make your muscles feel tired and sluggish by dehydrating you and causing water retention. Why does this matter for muscle? Think of salt as a sponge, drawing water out of cells. Too much salt floods your bloodstream, makes your heart pump harder, and can leave your muscle cells a bit dehydrated. Over time, that extra strain can translate to higher blood pressure and even swell ankles, meaning your heart and kidneys work overtime. None of these stressors help muscle growth or function. The solution is simple. Always soak salted cod in fresh water for 24-48 hours, changing the water several times. This traditional step leaches out most of the salt. After soaking, taste a small flake. It should taste like slightly seasoned fish, not like ocean water. Then cook it as fresh cod. You've kept all the protein, but dumped the excess salt. If you want flavor without sodium, use herbs, garlic, lemon, and a dash of olive oil. These make the fish tasty without overloading your body with salt. And hey, your muscles will be happier with well-hydrated cells not parched by too much salt. Mistake number 4. Drinking alcohol or coffee with your cod. Maybe you enjoy a nice red wine or a beer with your cod dinner. Or perhaps you wash down meals with coffee or tea. These habits feel normal, but they can interfere with cod's muscle benefits. Alcohol, even in moderation, can blunt muscle protein synthesis, essentially telling your body to focus on detoxifying rather than building muscle. In studies, alcohol after a workout reduced muscle growth signals markedly. Imagine it as partygoers arriving at the muscle-building party and taking over. The cod proteins wait outside instead of getting used. For someone 60+, alcohol can also dehydrate and reduce nutrient absorption. Your kidneys divert attention. Your liver works overtime, and you might wake up feeling off. That's not when muscles grow. It's when your body repairs damage. Similarly, lots of coffee or tea with a meal can slightly inhibit nutrient uptake. It's known, for example, that strong tea can bind some minerals, though, with cod, it's mostly the effect on your stomach that matters. I'm not saying you must swear off your favorite glass of wine forever, but moderation is key. If you love wine or beer with fish, try limiting to 4 to 6 ounces, half a glass, and sip it slowly. Not gulp your dinner down. Better yet, drink water or herbal tea between sips of alcohol. This way, your liver doesn't hog all your energy, and your muscles can get the amino acids they need. Think of it as letting your cod protein have the dance floor too much. Alcohol is like a rowdy crowd pushing them out. Keep it light. Your muscle party will roll smoother. Mistake number 3. Serving cod. Too plain with no flavor. You might believe the healthiest way is to eat cod with no sauces and minimal seasoning. But here's the catch. Many people over 60 lose some taste and smell. In fact, taste buds begin to shrink and decline in number as we age. Combine that with some medications or a dry mouth, and plain cod can taste like cardboard. If your dinner tastes bland, you end up cutting your portion or adding salt or sugar later. Neither is ideal. So eating cod completely plain can backfire. You might not enjoy it, and your appetite suffers. The result, you simply eat less cod, hence less protein. Some older adults end up feeling unsatisfied and grab a spoonful of extra salt or chow down on sugary jam after, completely negating the meal's healthfulness. Instead, flavor is your friend. A sprinkle of salt or sauce isn't evil. It's what makes the food appealing. For cod, try bright ingredients: lemon juice, garlic, dill, parsley, paprika, or a little curry powder. These won't break the bank and have almost 0 calories, but make the dish mouth-watering. Even a pat of butter or drizzle of good olive oil, just a teaspoon, adds richness that helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins. In short, give your cod some personality. Use herbs or spices to make you reach for more rather than less cod on your fork. That way, you actually get all the protein and nutrients in it. Remember, your taste may need a kick, but your heart and muscles still love that healthy fish underneath. Mistake number 2. Smothering cod in creamy or carby sauces. Finally, a big one: piling on heavy sauces or sides. You order cod chowder loaded with cream, or serve your cod over buttery mashed potatoes. You might think, well, at least the cod is there, so it can't be bad. Unfortunately, all that cream, butter, cheese, or bread can turn a lean fish meal into something almost as calorie-dense as a burger. Those ingredients overwhelm the cod itself. Think of your cod as the main actor. If you cover it with a curtain of cream or batter, you lose sight of it. Nutritionally, that means you're getting extra saturated fat and sugar that muscles don't need. Saturated fat from cream butter cheese has been linked with higher inflammation markers and can worsen insulin resistance over time. One nutrition review even notes that replacing saturated fats with unsaturated fats benefits muscle health in seniors. In other words, a cod cooked with heavy cream is not giving you cod's lean advantages. Change it up. Make sauces light. Use a squeeze of lemon or a splash of low-sodium broth thickened with just a pinch of flour instead of heavy cream. Serve cod with steamed vegetables or a whole grain like quinoa or brown rice on the side instead of French fries or white bread. If you love mashed potatoes, mix in some cauliflower or just use a little milk instead of cream. The idea is to let cod be the star. A bit of olive oil or a tomato-based salsa goes far, while heavy creams or gravies only drag the performance down. Your muscles get to see the quality protein from cod clearly without being bogged by the extras. Mistake number 1. Skipping exercise and counting on cod alone. Now here's the big one, and it's a twist. Even if you do everything else right with cod, if you're largely sedentary, your muscles still won't stay strong. You might think, well, I'm eating cod, that's good, so I'm covered. But that's like stockpiling bricks and never building a house. Muscle is a use-it-or-lose-it tissue. Eating cod supplies the material's amino acids, but exercise provides the blueprint and spark. Without exercise, those amino acids may go to other needs, or even to fat storage. To put it simply, cod can only support muscles that are actively challenged. It's well studied that protein plus resistance training is the magic combo for seniors' muscle health. A number of studies show older adults increase muscle mass and strength when they eat enough protein and also do some lifting or resistance exercise. In one study, middle-aged and older folks who ate fish twice a week and stayed active saw better muscle mass and hand grip strength in 10 weeks. Another review reminds us protein needs to be paired with adequate physical activity for best effect. And this is why this video matters. It's one thing to correct your cod cooking. That's easy. But the most important step. Mistake number 1 is pairing that cod with movement. Think of eating protein like laying bricks for a building. If you never ask for the building, the bricks just sit there. Exercise is your contractor shouting, "Build, build," so those bricks form muscle. Even mild resistance work, lifting soup cans using resistance bands or regular brisk walks, tells your body to use those cod proteins for strength. If you do nothing, the body will gradually tear down muscle faster than it builds up, no matter how much cod you eat. Easy fix. Add some form of resistance or strength activity to your routine. This doesn't have to be heavy gym workouts. Stand up from a chair without using hands, do gentle squats while holding onto a counter, or try bicep curls with cans. Even daily walks will cause your muscles to hold on to that protein better. Aim for at least 2 to 3 short strength sessions a week if possible. Picture your muscles like a garden cod is the fertilizer, but exercise is the watering and tilling that makes it grow. Use both, and you'll be amazed at what your muscles do, even past 60. Let's dive deeper into mistake number 1, the lack of exercise, because it's the one most people ignore. You might have decades of experience or a busy life, but here's a case to consider. Imagine 2 friends, both age 65. Both eat cod dinners twice a week. Friend A just sits in front of the TV after dinner. Friend B takes a short walk or does a couple of simple exercises like bicep curls with canned tuna cans. After several months, guess who will have stronger legs and grip? The answer is B. Why? Physiology. When you exercise, you activate signals via nerves and hormones that tell your muscles, hey, we need to be ready for action. Use all protein coming in to reinforce these fibers. In contrast, if you just rest your muscles, say, well, we weren't asked to move much, so we'll dismantle some proteins for energy instead. It's a bit like having insurance. You have the money protein, but without a claim exercise, you don't get coverage muscle growth. Research backs this up. A meta-analysis showed that protein supplements only really improved muscle mass and strength when combined with resistance training. Another review pointed out that older adults have anabolic resistance, meaning they need exercise's push to effectively use dietary protein. If you skip the exercise, you might as well be eating cod with no purpose for muscle. So we see why this matters. Codfish is a great tool, but it needs to be used properly. Otherwise, it's like having a powerful engine and never starting it. Your choice to sit or move after a meal can amplify or negate all the good nutrition you consumed. This is why this video matters. We want you to have both fuel and ignition. Now let's briefly cover who needs to be extra cautious, not to alarm you, but just to be safe. If you have kidney disease, talk with your doctor about protein portions. Very high protein diets can be hard on weakened kidneys. If you suffer from gout, cod, like many seafoods, has some purines. Limit portion size and ensure you stay hydrated to help your body flush uric acid. Anyone with high blood pressure should absolutely avoid extra salty preparations. This means soak that salted cod and watch for hidden sodium in sauces. For people on blood thinners, anticoagulants fish oils can have a slight blood thinning effect. It's usually mild, but mention your cod diet to your doctor during medication reviews. And if you take heart meds like statins or diabetes meds, timing food versus medicine is important. Fish shouldn't conflict much, but it's always good to say, "Doctor, I eat fish often so they can advise any timing issues." The bottom line, we're not forbidding anyone from eating cod. It's very healthy for most. We just suggest moderation and awareness. Moderation is our golden word here. If you have any serious conditions, talk to your doctor or dietitian with these points in mind. Often they will say, "Cod is fine, just follow the tips we talked about." And if you ever feel uneasy after eating cod, prepared a certain way, listen to your body and maybe tweak it next time. Let's recap the bright side. Cod can be fantastic for your muscles when done right. It's naturally lean-rich in protein and contains heart-healthy omega-3s and B vitamins. When you bake or grill it gently, add light flavors. Soak salty bits, drink smart, and pair it with a bit of exercise. You're giving your body a powerful nutrient boost. Your muscles get real building blocks and your heart gets the lean benefit. Every small change helps cooking it properly, keeps more protein in each bite. Eating enough makes each meal count seasoning. Keeps you eating it and moving after means your muscles actually use that protein. Think of it as tuning a car. The cod is premium fuel, but you also need the engine tuned your body to run optimally. Do these tweaks and cod dinners can help maintain lean muscle better balance and a stronger body. So go ahead, enjoy your cod. Grill it with lemon and herbs, bake it with garlic and olive oil, or have it in a light soup. Pair it with beans, lentils, or cheese if you need more protein. Add vegetables for fiber and color. And move a bit. Even a short walk or some light weights. These are small, friendly changes, but together they make cod truly supportive. You're doing great by asking these questions and learning these tips. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below with your own cod tips or experiences. Have you tried soaking salted cod yet? Or maybe you have a favorite spice blend. Share it. If you found this helpful, like the video, subscribe for more health tips, and share this with your friends or family over 60. They might be doing one of these mistakes too, without knowing. Let's build a community of informed cod eaters. Your input matters. Did one of the mistakes surprise you? Are you going to change the way you cook cod next time? Let us know in the comments. And if you share this video with someone who loves fish, we can all get stronger together. Remember, getting older doesn't mean you have to lose control of your muscle health. You have more power over this than you might think. Every meal is a choice, and every step you take after that meal matters. Small changes, a little seasoning, a timer on the oven, a short walk, can add up to big improvements. It's absolutely possible to support and even rebuild muscle strength in your 60s, 70s, and beyond. You've got the knowledge now. Use it gently but confidently. Picture yourself stronger, more energetic, and happier with each little change. It's not about fear. It's about hope and empowerment. You can enjoy delicious codfish and keep your muscles getting stronger. The control is in your hands and fork. Stay curious, keep learning, and believe in your body's ability to adapt. You started this video feeling unsure, and you'll end it knowing exactly what to do. Here's to healthy meals and strong muscles for years to come. You've got this. Happy cooking, and stay strong